Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. About a good 20, 30, 35 minutes ago, the entire cryptocurrency market experienced a heavy downward motion. It says Bitcoin struggled to turn 6,000 into support during trading on the 12th of March, as the second Black Monday event in the same week pushed stocks to perilous lows. Data from Coin360 and Cointelegraph Market showed Bitcoin to US dollar trying and failing to recapture $6,000 after shedding 20% in a single hour. So the news that we have, at least right now, is that Bitcoin, I'm seeing a couple of different numbers. Bitcoin either hit anywhere between 5,500 and 5,700. It is slowly looking like it's trying to recover. But a lot of this appears to have happened because as the stock markets around the world continued to open, they also fell. And it seems to be having, of course, some type of a negative effect on the cryptocurrency market. We spoke about this before. A lot of people have suggested before in the past that the cryptocurrency market might not be correlated to the traditional stock market. But we know that as crypto is a very risky asset class, a lot of people are taking their money out of what seems to be risky and at least are actually maybe holding on to their dollars or euros or yen, as it appears to be more stable than other things around them. At the same exact time, rushing to send coins to exchanges and decentralized finance platforms has caused the Ethereum network to become heavily congested. High gas prices mean new transactions now have to wait up to 44 minutes to be confirmed. The recent market crash was also a stress test for networks, as immediately transaction activity picked up. The Ethereum network was the first to show a significant backlog, essentially clogging transactions for close to an hour. For anyone attempting to sell coins, the transaction may be either very expensive or stalled until prices correct even more. Changpeng Cao, tons of other people are obviously talking about this on the internet right now. This isn't something that's like not being spoken about. It's not that crazy, but the gas price has skyrocketed, especially if you can see where it has been before. I am certain at this point we are probably going to see, at least over the next couple of weeks, if not, I doubt that it'll only last the rest of this day. Bitcoin's transaction speed is probably also going to, or rather the backlog in the network is probably also going to become quite massive, as a lot of people are trying to sell off to save anything that they can. This isn't to, once again, I'm trying to choose my words lightly. It's more of I'm not trying to scare anyone, it's just to kind of let people know exactly what's going on. I was doing stuff around the house, walked back into the room, looked at the charts, and was like, what in the world happened over the last couple of minutes? It says Bitcoin crashes in the blink of an eye, hits 10-month low at 5,500. The market has recovered since this. However, the number that we have right now has been fluctuating. The last time I looked at it, it was around 6150. I looked at it 3 minutes later, it was at 6070. If things continue to not reverse for traditional markets, one can only assume that the price of Bitcoin could continue to fall further. We already hit 5,500 and bounced off of it. There's nothing to say that we won't try to hit 5,500 again. Part of the issue is if this heavy downward trend in the traditional stock market continues, one can only assumption time, that Bitcoin and the rest of the wider cryptocurrency market will also probably continue to maybe fall as well in the future. It's just really a lot. It says Ether suffers record-setting 33% drop amid global market turmoil. I think Ether was one of the coins that was most hit. It was not the only one that was hit this hard. There were many other coins. I saw a couple of coins that were hit by 40% drops. Usually, what we've seen before in the past is that whenever Bitcoin sometimes falls by around 4.5 or 4, 5, 7%, other altcoins will fall by around 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14%. They usually take a bit of a larger hit because they don't have as much liquidity as Bitcoin. But when Bitcoin falls by 22%, a lot of other coins were falling by like 40%. over the course of an hour. It was unlike anything I had ever seen, like in a very, very long time. It says Bitcoin's crash triggers over $700 million in liquidations on BitMEX. Bitcoin's flash crash on Thursday triggered the most long-short liquidations on crypto derivatives exchange BitMEX in 16 months. A lot of things were triggered and activated. I had to message a couple of friends because I know I had a friend or two who told me that they were trying to put stop loss orders. I do not know if they put them in. I really hope that they put them in. If they did, it would get switched into Tether. But right. On top of that as well, Chainlink for some reason also had a flash crash and fell by 99% on Binance. These things do happen, but usually, I mean, they're not as common. But I'll put it to you this way: if you had a buy order for some 2-cent Chainlink, your order definitely got filled. This has happened before to Bitcoin in the past. What exchange? It was about a year and a half ago. There was some exchange. I think they had a flash crash and Bitcoin fell for like 10 seconds on their website. This little line right here. I think back to $200 or $300 for a couple of seconds, and people had their orders filled. And I think the exchange was like, yeah, the order was filled. We couldn't do anything about it. That's not me telling you to put in like a buy order for a $200 Bitcoin, but these things do happen. So I know that Chainlink, not that it's a relatively popular coin, but I've noticed a lot of people on this channel mentioning Chainlink before. If you managed, or if you had a buy order, please tell me, because that would have been absolutely incredible if you managed to pick up something for 1 cent. I think as it was trading around $5, would have made quite a bit of money. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says British stocks plummet by most since the 1987 crash. When you look around on traditional news outlets, they say that the stock markets around the world have not suffered this much since 1987, which was known as one of the most perilously ridiculous stock market crashes that the world has ever experienced. And it looks like they could be potentially in order to fall even more, as many exchanges, especially those within the US, have. It's still breakfast time. Like it's not nighttime in the States yet. So yeah, it says stocks plunge into bear market territory. I think in order to be able to consider it in a bear market or in bear market territory, I think you have to drop by around 20% from your previous high of where you were before. These are the numbers that I think I remember reading. And I think, once again, trading had to be halted. They had to actually shut off the stock market or shut everything down for 15 minutes to kind of give everything a breather. Because, once again, it appears that things are not going to change, get better, significantly change. I don't know which other word to use within the next couple of weeks. So the long-awaited recession, stock, bear market, whatever you kind of want to call it, seems to be upon us. That is, once again, not me trying to instill fear. That's, I mean, if you hear the stuff that I'm saying and how I'm trying to choose my words, you should read the actual financial news outlets, because they have a very much darker picture of exactly where things are going. No one knows where prices are going to go, but if the last 8 weeks are any indication, a lot of world markets are going to continue to feel potentially some type of pain over the next couple of weeks. We were already very close to having indicators pointing to a stock market and or a worldwide recession, especially after many countries around the world over the last 2 or 3 weeks were pushing money into the markets. That has done nothing, absolutely nothing. And I always, now forgive me on this part, I always try to find a bit of a silver lining. We have seen market plunges before. We have seen recoveries before. I'm actually using this time, I'm not half joking, to just do more research to find out what is undervalued, how things could be considered undervalued, and if things do continue to fall, what exactly I want to buy and at what price. Because for those of you who do not know, if you've never seen a documentary on it, it's actually quite fascinating how a lot of people made millions of dollars by between 2009 and around 2012, 2013 is because they bought up at the very low of the market. When everyone else was panicking and didn't want to touch the market, this is when they put money in. This is why I always keep saying you have to do your own research. It's a lot more than just listening to what's going on. If you actively do research, you can make a lot of money in many different markets. Markets do not stay down forever. They may be down for a while, but there's always a money-making opportunity. Me and a friend were just discussing what to buy if things continue to fall down. And also, I mean, the other silver lining is there aren't many bears. Or rather, not everyone can become a bear. It says Bitcoin could fall to 6,000, which it did, and still climb to 20,000 this year. This was said by Arthur Hayes. There are many crypto bulls in the market. I myself am one of them. Yeah, I am on it for the long haul. I don't know about everybody else, but this is what's happened. I thought I'd give everyone a slight update, if you will. These are the actual prices. Bitcoin is currently down by 21%. Ether is down by 28%. XRP is down by 20%. EOS is down by 25%. Binance Coin 26%, almost 27%. Everything is down. The entire market is this. This is what I was talking about. When Bitcoin goes down, everyone else usually follows, but this is like a very dramatic drop. We'll see where the rest of the day takes us. I dare not say I hope you all enjoyed. I can imagine the exact opposite. It's more like a, if you feel like that this could be a falling knife situation, now may be the time to evaluate your position in certain cryptocurrencies or where you have your money and to figure out what you want to do. I do thank you all once again for watching. And should anything else crazier than this happen, I really hope not. And if anything crazier than this happens, you will all be the first to know. Thank you all once again for watching and listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.